Greetings, great men and women. Welcome to another episode of Breaking Down the Divide, presented to you by Divine Royalty Entertainment, where wisdom is wealth and wealth is wisdom. Brought to you by Divided Nation Unity Campaign, where we focus on unity, ownership, and a global identity. And finally, but not least, we are coming to you from Dream Launch Studio, where Patrick O'Neill is doing his thing on the highest level. I am excited about the progress that we are making, and I'm excited about what we are getting ready for. And I hope you are excited as well. Well, as I mentioned, I am going to be wearing my tie and my shirt in celebration of Mother's Day, or should I say, Mother Month. We're going to be celebrating our mother, our African American mothers, all this month, and but we're also going to be celebrating Black Wall Street, and we're going to be talking about Black Wall Street a little today. And so, for all the businessmen and women who uh, who know what it means to take nothing and start off with zero, but work hard to produce uh, and work hard and to have ownership and work hard to serve your community by giving them goods and services. This shirt and this tie is celebrated for you. So, with that said, we are going to get started. You know how time flies, and you know how we have just, it seems like we don't have enough time. But for anyone who just starting to watch us, you can get your book at divineroyaltyentertainment.com or amazon.com, so you can follow us and so you can be on the same page as we are. What I like about these podcasts is no matter when you get your book, uh, you can always go back, read your book, look at the podcast, and kind of catch up. All right. So let's get started. We are on picture 9, chapter 9, and we're talking about the Great Ball. Now, Raymond Jackson is being featured in a fundraiser. And as you know, these fundraisers is focused on raising funds for the political campaign. Before we talk about the fundraiser and the nature of it, Raymond at this point, the narrator focus, which is myself, focus on the fact that Raymond feel confident that he have the African American votes, but now he's going after the mainstream votes. He's going after the white popular votes. And so the sign and symbol of this point is this. I think that we are always looking for, in one way or another, confirmation or affirmation from the mainstream. I think that no matter what we do, we don't think that we have arrived into the white audience say that we have arrived. Now, this can be for many reasons. This can be because they are the majority. And as far as we are concerned, as far as any type of entrepreneur is concerned, or entertainer or athlete is concerned, to get their support would mean more ticket sales, more votes, A, B, C, and D. What I'm afraid of is in the process of going for those votes, in the process of going for those ticket sales or for those customers, we may unconsciously be looking at a affirmation or confirmation coming from them. And if we don't get that, then we feel that we haven't arrived. We feel that we haven't achieved, we haven't accomplished. This can affect the self esteem of a community. It can. And so we got to really look at that in this season and this time, that we're not looking for the mainstream to give us their approval, that we have to have our own approval and give ourselves that confirmation and that affirmation. So, with that said, we have to look at how many times have someone told us from our own community, we look good, this is right, this is the idea, this is the quote. But we don't believe it until a white person say, hey, this is the quote. This is the idea. This is. How many times? And so this is what I see here in this particular chapter. I see that Raymond is no doubt going for as many votes as he's probably can get. But I also see an undertone problem, an underlying problem that we have is looking for affirmation from uh, the white man or the white system or the white mainstream. So this is why really building our own, having our own is so important because we have doctors, we have professors, we have engineers, we have scientists, and that can do just as a great job as the mainstream. But what we have to do, we have to look to them to give us that affirmation, that confirmation, and not the mainstream. So I think this is what's going to happen in this season as we get ready for this powerful move. All right. So Raymond is focusing on this particular fundraiser. And so Raymond is raising a lot of money at this point, at this time. So this would be a perfect time to put emphasis on this is the time in the season in the African American community, believe it or not, that we're going to see more wealth and more prosperity maybe in the history of the African American community during this time. And I don't know if you notice or not that there are a lot of grants out there. There are a lot of monies that being given, uh, even when it comes to the small businesses. I heard that Melinda Gates. I hope I'm saying her name right, her first name right, but it's Miss Gates. Miss Gates. I know they're getting a divorce and everything, but I heard that she has set aside something like 12 billion dollars for minority businesses. And so this is a very exciting time. And so we want to really kind of, if you didn't know, now you know, you want to really focus on tapping into that wealth, tapping into uh, building that wealth in this time in the season. And so this fundraiser represents the raising of funds for us in this time, in this season. Uh, in the same token, I have to say, we have to learn how to budget. We have to learn how to handle this wealth. They're talking about giving us monies. Uh, I guess for the 40 acres in the Bermuda, they didn't give us for all that's worth. But we have to talk. We're talking about that And in the process of talking about that, we have to really sit down and take some classes on how to handle, because we don't want to waste this money. We don't want to waste this money partying, going to clubs, and just doing anything with it. We really want to use this money to um, build a legacy of wealth and prosperity so we can pass it on to the next generation. So anytime you start talking about raising funds, giving out money, we have to really consider, are we ready? How do we get ready to handle it so we won't mess it up? So you're going to hear a lot of talk about that in this time. They're at this great ball, and they call it the Great Ball, and it's a fundraiser. And when I think about the Great Ball, I think about uh, full circle. Everything is coming full circle. Everything is really focused on reaping what we sow. I'm gonna say this, and this may kind of, you know, some may get this, others may not. Ironically, when they brought the slaves from Africa, particularly to this country, they had one thing in mind, and that was to work them on the plantation. All right, get nothing, free labor. Somebody's going to get wealthy and prosperous off of the back, the blood and tears of these African slaves. Spiritually speaking, they take us to this plantation. When they take us to this plantation, guess what? A principle is already in place, and that is you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. What are the chances they take us to this plantation? We are planning, or our ancestors are planning, right? And we get to reap what they planted. And so everything is now coming full circle. So it's not a coincidence. To me, it's not a coincidence they're talking about, hey, we got to give them some money. Hey, we got to build school for them. Hey, we got to give them money to open up businesses. Why? Because everything came full circle. We reaping what we sow. We are reaping what our ancestors sowed. So in this season, in this time, guess what we're going to do? We're going to be careful of the seed that we plant, because we know that our children and our children's children is going to reap this particular harvest. All right. So, which also suggests this. Check this out. This is not a racist or prejudiced podcast. I want to be clear on this. I want to be clear that this is not. I want to be clear on our focus is loving, building, encouraging, celebrating the African American community, giving us the ideas and the concept that we need to love one another, to support one another, to get ready for this major move, in order for us to love the next race, to embrace the next race, to celebrate the next race. Because once again, how we plant is how we're going to reap. So it is a strange and tall order for someone to say, love everybody, if we haven't learned to love ourselves. It is a tall order to say, love every race but your own race. So when I say come full circle, please understand that it has to start with us. It has to start with us if it's going to be effective. Now, if we playing games and we trying to be politically correct, if we're just going through the motion, of course, we're gonna act like we love everybody and we hate everybody. We're gonna act like everything is cool, and the truth of the matter is not cool at all. But if we sincere about this time and about this move, we're going to put the focus on us. We're gonna love one another. We're gonna cut down. We're gonna stop this killing each other. We're gonna stop this criticizing each other and condemning each other. We're gonna stop all that negativity, and we're gonna start loving each other and supporting one another. And guess what's gonna happen? Then now we are ready to love the next race. Matter of fact, the Bible says it like this: love your neighbor as yourself. He used yourself as the point of reference. And I don't want to be preaching to the choir. I don't want to sound preachy, but I do want to grab that principle and understand that if it's going to come full circle, it has to start with us. And that's what the Unity campaign is all about. Now, so Raymond gives a speech in this particular chapter, in chapter 9, picture 9. And he actually says something that I like, and I want to kind of get ready to close on this because once again, our time is moving from us. So he gives a speech. I'm not going to read the whole speech, but something stood out to me. I think you're going to appreciate this. He says, excuse me. He says, please enjoy yourself tonight. Dance, drink, dream, for tomorrow our dream will be a reality. I like that. Now, I wrote that, and so I like that. Not just because I wrote it, but because there is, watch this, an enthusiasm that Raymond gives in this speech that tells us that he believes, he knows that he's going to win. He's going to be successful. He's going to win. He's going to be successful. Listen, if we're going to get ready for this powerful move, if we're going to get ready for this powerful, serious demonstration on the highest level, we have to have a level of enthusiasm that say we are going to win because we are winners. Look how far we came. Look at what we achieved against the odds. And so, well, what about the gas? And what about the pipeline? And what about COVID-19? We've been through worse. We've been through worse. We face worse. And guess what? We always come out on top. This time, I need us to focus on winning, not just fall into the winning circle or hoping and wishing that we win. Now, having the enthusiasm that encourage and inspire other people. Encourage your family members. Encourage your sisters, your brothers. Encourage your nieces and nephews. Encourage your children that this is our time to go to another level, to the highest level. And so enthusiasm, let me say this and I'm going to leave you. Enthusiasm is based on the individual. I can't make you have it. I can't. And I wish it was that contagious because I know people, no matter how inspired you are, motivated you are, they want to be depressed. They want to be stressed. They want to be anxious. That's what they do. And so what I'm saying is this is our time. This is our season to know that we're about to bring our dreams into fruition. We're about to bring our dream to fruition. We're about to go to the highest level. We're about to listen and celebrate it now. Act like it, talk like it, move like it, build your business like it. Let's come together like it, right? And don't allow pessimistic people, don't allow them to stop you from seeing an optimistic vision and fulfilling an optimistic vision. Okay? Listen, it's been fun. Once again, we doing it on the highest level. Go get your book. Let's get on the same page. You have any questions? You have any comments? Please hit us on our Facebook or Instagram. You catch us there as well. And listen, this is our time to win. This our time to operate on the highest level. And so this have been Naco, and we are breaking down the divide, and we are doing it from Dream Launch Studio. Patrick O'Neill is doing it on the highest level, and we are operating on the highest level. See you.